Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Tinker77, and we're back on the All the Mods Tend to the Sky world. And we're going to have some fun today, I hope. So, today's plan is to get this whole mechanism here. It's kind of still manual because I load ores up into this, which squeezes it out, puts it into this chest. And then, of course, it goes over here to the furnace and makes the stuff that we need, right? The ore or the ingots and things. Now, there is a step that we could add to this, and that's what we're going to try to work on today and moving all of this today, is that the ores that are here, that come in here, like raw gold or raw iron, they can actually be used in another device, which gets you more resources before you actually put it in a furnace and smelt it down. So we're going to do that. Now, what I've done here is I have started to work on, this is a primitive alloy smelter. This takes a long time to run, so I did this a little bit ahead of time. But basically, I'm making dark steel ingots because we're going to get into Ender IO today. And then with that, I did create this, which is the alloy smelter. And this does take capacitors. So we're going to try to get a capacitor into here so that we can have alloy smelting. And this will eventually be moved downstairs as well, but this will give us the ability to make other things. So let's look at the capacitors. I haven't even looked at this morning. It is early in the morning. Damn, how do you spell capacitor? Okay, so we got the basic one. I'm going to bookmark that one right there, and I'll bookmark this one, and I'll bookmark this one. And really, we want the biggest one because it gives us the most power, right? So if you look at the first one here, it takes grains of infinity, which we get from sieving, gold nuggets, and a copper ingot. So that should be very easy to make. So let's just make one of those right now. Capacitor, boom. Now, to make the next tier, we need to get energetic alloy, and that is going to be redstone, gold, and glowstone dust. So see, we can, once we get this thing started, we can start to add other things and get the next tiers of stuff. So we'll put that in here. It should be getting power. It is from the power system. So that's good. And yeah, so let's make up some more of the energetic alloy. As you can see here, I'm putting it in the alloy smelter and it should start to work. And let's get these capacitors. I need a bunch of these capacitors that I want to get the big one, the Octadic. Is that how you say it? I don't remember. Octadic capacitor. So we've already made 2 energetic alloys here, and that's all you need to make the next tier. So let's go back over here, make the next tier. Now, again, you need 2 basic capacitors, but we know how to make that pretty easy. So put those in there, and we'll make that. And what are we missing here? Coal dust. How do you make coal dust? Is there a way to do this pretty easily? Maybe I need a tool to grind it down. A crusher would be nice, or a sag mill. Maybe a sag mill. So let's make a sag mill right now. Hopefully that we can do that now that we have some things. Sag mill. There we go. Bookmark it. And it takes flint and pistons, and we have dark steel, which is what I've been working on. So we'll put that into here. I'm probably going to need one of these capacitors eventually for the sag mill. And let's see, we can make this right here. We got the grains of infinity, like I said before, so that's good. And 2 iron gears. And I know we need to have a piston. There we go. Have all the resources, and having it in a storage system really helps. So now that we have a sag mill, we should be able to do what we need to do with this. So I'm going to put this right here for now and put a capacitor in here. And we were trying to make crushed or sorry, coal dust. So I'm assuming we just put coal in here, right? Yeah. So let me go get some coal. All right, I have 2 coal dust here, so I should be able to make 2 of these Octadic capacitors. Well, one if I go, I forgot to get the other stuff out of here. But if I go over here, I take this out and I put this in, it should give us more speed. That'll be work. Go back over here. Let's make the other one. There we go. There we have. This is the double layer. Sorry, not Octadic. My fault. And we're going to put that in here, and there we go. And now it's going to see, it's going faster already, and that's what we want to see. So the last one is up here is this, and it takes vibrant alloy. And vibrant alloy, if we look at that, it takes energetic, which we're making, and ender pearls, which we have. So that's really easy. And I've got a bunch of the energetic right now. So let's see. I'm going to try to let this run for a little bit. Actually, no, I'm going to use what I have here and see if I can get some of the Octadic so it runs as fast as possible. So we need pearls, which we have some. Let me go and take the stuff out of here. Doom, 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 doom. Got to make sound effects. Put that in there, and we'll put that up there. And this should get us a bunch of the materials we need for the Octadic right here. See, we need 2 of those. We need glowstone, and we need double layers, right? So I think we're basically getting there. Let's take that, and let's go see if we can make up 2 of the Octadic now. So we know we need to have glowstone. We're going to need at least 2 pieces. That'll work for those. we need to make a bunch of these. And I think I'm out of nuggets, which that's easy to do, right? So, okay, let me think what we got here. Do we have enough for this one? No, we need another one of these. And we're going to need 3 of these. I thought I had all this in my inventory. Did I not have that in my inventory? Huh, I don't know. Okay, we'll grab that and grab the coal dust. There we go. Apparently got some sulfur as well. Here's a double layer capacitor. And here is an octadic. Okay, so now we got to make another one of those, which we're going to need. Looks like we need 2 more double. And so we need 4 of these, right? There's 4. We need 2 of these, like that. And then we should be able to make the next octadic. And these will make these devices go really, really fast. So there we go. You can see it takes double the energy here, but it's going to suck our power down, but that's fine. But these things will then run fast. Speaking of power, if you notice here, the level is down a little bit, so we're going to have to figure out what's going on and maybe have to add more power production at some point in the future. All right, let's move on. The resource sieving process is working great. You can see all the resources just flying around the little laser beams. It's still kind of cool. Now, over here is where I want to add this system up that we're going to be using. I'm going to start from the bottom or the output and work my way backward. So this is going to be the output of all the resources. And I wanted to have these 2 upgrades here because it's going to have a lot of stuff in it, right? So this will have all of the ores that are coming in that are from the process, and that'll be great. Now here we're going to put the furnace. Now we might have, and I'm planning on probably making a couple more furnaces that will feed into this. So we might have a lot of capacity. But for this furnace, we go into here. We should be able to put all of our augments in here, and it should be running fine. And now we got to say for the outputs, we want to have, I don't know where the clear button is, but bottom is output and the top is input. So that's fine. And we'll have auto everything. So that's good. And we have to provide power to it. Now, there's different ways to do it. Where did my pick go? There it went. Uh, so there we go. All I'm going to do is I've created a bunch of these flux points. I'm just going to put one on the back and then forget about it. So let's add it to the network just like that. And you can see it's got plenty of power and we're good to go. So that is this portion where we take the materials. Now, what we want to do is we want to have like that sag mill to convert items down and then go into here. So that's the next step. So the intention here is I'm going to have another furnace on this side and this side. So I've kind of spec'd that out. So items come into here that need to be smelted. It goes down and it gets fed into all 3 of the furnaces, and then they get out here to the output. Okay, so that's what this is for. Now, this line over here is where I'm going to put the alloy or the sag mills to grind the stuff down, and I'm going to have an output down here. So I have just a barrel. This is a sophisticated storage barrel, and I will upgrade that here in a little bit. I'm just kind of trying to get this all spec'd out the way I wanted. And we have some sag mills here, and this one is already upgraded. It's the one from upstairs, and you can see I have the capacitor in it. And I'm going to put a capacitor in this one and a capacitor in this one. Now, it's not filling up very well because I really need to upgrade this point right here, and I can do that in a little bit as well. So there's lots of little things that I have to do. But the output of these should go into that barrel is what the plan is. So we're going to set that as extract and extract. So that's great. We have that. Now, what do we have to do here? Well, we have to get another barrel, which is the basically the input. Can I set these up to go for size? I think I can. Yes. So I'm going to put a barrel here. This is going to be the input barrel, and this is what's coming from the squeezers that we had before. So I don't know where that's going to go yet, but I'll get this all figured out. But I'm just specking out this process. So wherever the squeezers are, who knows, goes into here, gets grinds down, puts into this barrel here. I'm probably going to use a pipe or a router, I don't know, to bring it up to here, which then smelts it down and gives our main output. So it's kind of a weird system and wonky, but I'm trying not to use pipes as much and trying to just think about the processes. I think of it as 3 things: squeezing, grinding, smelting. I've made a couple more furnaces, so we'll put them down here. There we go. Now I've made the upgrades, the augments for them. So for this one, we need 1 of each of these. So it's that. And same thing over here for those. Oops, there we go. Okay, so that's good. And I need to set these to extract. There we go. Okay, so that should be good. We want these both to split. There we go. and it should be ready to go then because we have it set to go top and the bottom. So that looks good. So anything goes in here, it should go through these 3 furnaces and down to here. Now we have over here, this is the system that has the grinding. So what I want to do, as I said, I would probably do something to get it across. I'm going to use another modular router. I think they work really great. I'm kind of liking this. I didn't quite understand it until just recently, so that's fine. So we're going to pull. Now on this one, we're going to pull from the top. So we'll put that in there. And then we're going to do the 6 upgrades here. And then I'm also going to do a distributor module. And that should be from right here. So shift that, goes into that area. And we'll put that in here. Now that should be everything I need. So what I've set up here is just a squeezer so I can try to see if I have it working right. If I have these 64 raw copper and I put it into here, I would expect it to go into those devices. There we go. Now, why is it not coming into this one? I don't know yet, but it is coming in, and you can see it's producing things, including gold dust. We're getting like extra items over here. It's going over to this, and it's going into just one, which I don't care as long as it's working, and then it's putting it out here. So where did the gold go? Is the gold going? There, it pulled the gold. Okay. And see, it did go in. I saw that one light up. But there we go. It's worked really fast. I got to sort out why this is doing what it's doing. But, I mean, that's pretty nice, right? So if I put all of this here into here, it should start working just great. There we go. I don't know why this one is not pulling from there as a side setting. Probably that's what it is. Nope, nope, don't. Okay, let me try to rotate here. Pull. There we go. And is it pushing it out? I don't think it is because it's not set to extract. So let's go back onto here, go back to sides. You can rotate this view around and push. And so now it should be pushing its stuff out. So there we go. Yeah, that works great. And that looks great. Excellent. So now I just have to figure out a way to get the squeezer section going into this top barrel. What I think I'm going to do is just add the squeezers right up here. That should be very easy to do. So put one there, and that one there, and that one there. There we go. And just set that to extract. And we'll put in some upgrades. I have a bunch of these upgrades with me. We'll just put the best we can. You know, hey, let it run. And that should put the output of those into this barrel, right? So let's see. Let's make sure that this works. Let's grab, I haven't used iron yet. So we'll just grab a half stack of iron. I'm going to put it in one of these just to see. And we have to provide power. That's another thing I need to figure out. Okay, so that would have to be something. Let's see. We got a power line behind here. So let's see if I take out this spot right here so I can stand. Okay, and the squeezers are right there. So if I just put in the power line through the back here and down, there we go. So they should have power. It is running. You can see it got sucked out. It went into here. It's going through, and you can see the iron's working. Okay, so that's good. Let me see if I can fill this in really fast because I want to make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, so now if that is working right, then all I need to do is get the materials into here. And we're going to use, again, modular routers. So this is the one that has the ores. So we're going to try to set this up. Now, I haven't done this yet. I haven't done it in my test world, so I'm just doing it off the cuff here. So here we go. We have a router. We're going to have a puller, but I only want to pull ores, right? So how do I do that? Is there a way to set an ore tag? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Here's the pullers. So both of these pullers should be the same. They're all going to be pull from the top. And I don't think I'm going to say blacklist. Can I blacklist that and that? I'm assuming. And is that the same thing over here? No, we don't want to do it that way. We're not going to do a blacklist. We're going to have to do an OR. Okay, so how do you do a tag filter? I think there's a way to do tags with modular routers. Modular. Yeah, I think it's one of these. Bulk item mod filter tag filter. I think I got to make one of these to say, or actually 2 of these so that we can say set the tag to ORs. Let me go do that. Okay, so we're going to need 2 of these. So it takes basic item filters. So there's 2 of those. And then if we look at tag, here we have 2 of these tag filters. I should be able to make that pretty easy. And there we have that. Now let's go look at this. I'm going to right click on this and we have various tags. And I think we just have to figure out ores. Is there a way to tell what it is? Let me go grab a piece of ore. All right, I have iron ore here. Can we see this? And we have to select a tag here. And we just want C ores. and say add. So anything C ors should work with this system. So now we take the puller module, and I believe we just add the tag in here. C ors. And so now it should only pull ors. And it didn't. So that's not right. So let's take that back out. Okay, so back to this first one here. We have a tag filter. We want to whitelist filter matches. So let's see if that works. Oh, I didn't put it in there. Oh, I only had to make one? Okay. That's weird. Let me see here. There it goes. It's only pulling the ors. Excellent. And then the distributors, we're going to set this up to doing these three here. So, okay. And this I do want to have to be round robin. And that's the next thing. So always continue, tags matching, any, ignore components. Where is round robin? Don't see it on here. Do you see it on here? I don't see. Oh, that's a puller. Never mind. Okay. So we want it to be round robin, which is already set. Good. So this should, if I set this right here, should start to send this to all three of them. See, it's going to each one of them. That's excellent. So that's working great. And all I need to do now is add another one of these routers to this barrel here, and it should do the same thing. Let's make sure it all works. So we have that. We have the router. And then we go and put in the puller, which should be ors. And it's not, is that an ore? Is azurine an ore? I don't know. Let's go look again. Did I mess this up? I said whitelist, right? Yeah, whitelist. There we go. Okay, got aluminum. That's fine. And then we're going to add in the distributor. And you can see it's also sending. Now, they will have some contention, but they should get it all sorted out. These laser beams are kind of cool, but they're getting a little bit annoying. But we should be able to do the stack upgrade here. It should pull a lot in, and the stack area up here and pull that in. And there we go. So the system is running as fast as it can at the moment. You know, I could add more of these, but I'm hopeful that it will catch up a little bit. But you can see we got a lot of resources coming in here, grinding down. Now I can add in a thing here to get more results. I might do that in a little bit. And we have that system there. So everything is working. This is amazing. So this is the output we have for any materials. You can see we got some tin in there. Got a lot of copper already too. Let's go check the power. Looking at the power, you can see it is definitely going down. So the power system that we have over here is not keeping up. I'm going to have to upgrade that and make sure that we have enough power coming into here. But I can do that off camera. You've seen how I do the lava and the heat things and the furnaces. I will just add more capacity is all I will do. So yeah, the system seems to be working fine. I am seeing a little bit of a bottleneck right here. You can see that we've got resources waiting to go. The modular router isn't keeping up because it's not pulling them in. So I don't know why, if it's only reading from the first slot, I would think it would read from the next slot. And I think it does if there's nothing else in that first one. So either this needs to go a lot faster, which I don't know if there's an upgrade we can do for that. Maybe there is. I need to check it out. But this needs to either keep up or I'm going to have to use a pipe to get this over here faster. So let me do some research. Well, looking at it here, there is a speed upgrade, which we could do, but we do not have blaze rods. So maybe I'll have to work on that in a future episode, getting blaze rods. But you can see here, we're getting a lot of these things. Now, I can just go like this and grab it and, you know, throw it over here manually. You know, it'll work. And it will then kick into all these devices. That's fine. But I don't know if I should just use a pipe. I mean, I could do a pipe out the back, go around and into that, and you know, that might work even better because you can see here we've already got some resources. I mean, it's working, and I'm happy that it's working, but I don't know. And, you know, I might have to get some power upgrades too. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's all I got time for today. I sure hope you liked this video. If you did, please click that like button. If you have any comments, put them down in the comment section. And if you'd like to be notified of those videos that I produce, please subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you get all the notifications, okay? Thanks, guys, and have a great day. Bye-bye.